I'm Donna Brousseau. I'm a chef, wine instructor, and big-time food lover. But most of all, I'm a wife and a mother. And to me that means that I want to make things easy on me in the kitchen when I have some downtime so that I can actually spend some time with my family. One of the things I do is I try and look at recipes and figure out what can be done ahead of time. So today I'm going to show you one of my easiest ways to do a dinner party where you actually get to enjoy your guests and a glass of wine instead of hiding out in the kitchen like Cinderella. I'm going to start off with some beef tenderloin. My favorite marinade, I use balsamic vinegar. Brings out the flavor in food. Look for on the label for it to say 100% grape must because they cut it sometimes with red wine. I'm going to use rosemary, garlic, and some canola oil. Now you can do this the day ahead of time. I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Okay. Now you can do this ahead a day and have it sitting in the fridge, and then all you want to do is sear it off. So I'm searing it off. I've got a really hot pan here. I'm going to sear them off. This will seal in the flavors and it will have a nice caramelization on it. Okay? Want to get that pan super hot. A lot of times home cooks, you kind of get a little nervous when you see smoke and stuff like that. But nice and hot, and then once it's nicely browned, I'm just going to quickly flip it. So we have that nice caramelization going on. Okay? And then I'm simply going to place them on a parchment-lined sheet pan. Now, parchment paper is not only cooks' best friend, it's their kids. And if you have kids like me, they hate doing dishes, so they always buy me an extra supply of parchment. Okay? So this is done, and all I do is put this on a sheet pan, and I'm going to pop it into the oven. Now you can make a nice sauce with red wine, deglaze with that. So, done. I'll put it in the fridge. I can do it the day before my guests come, and then I know once they come, I just take it out of the fridge and I bring it to room temp, and it takes about 7 minutes at 375 for medium rare. Now I'm going to show you the next trick, and that's risotto. Now risotto, a lot of people are thinking, are you kidding? That's not easy. Well, the trick with risotto is you also do this ahead of time, because the last thing I want to do when my guests are there is hanging over the pot, sweating like crazy, waiting for it to cook, okay? So risotto means toasted rice, okay? It's actually the technique, not the name of the rice. We're using arborio today. I'm just going to have, in here I've got some olive oil, a little bit of butter, and some garlic and onions, and I'm sauteing it. Add in my risotto. I'm just going to get it nice and toasty. It's really interesting. I went with my oldest daughter to Italy when she graduated, and we went just south of Milan. You would expect to see grapes and, vineyards, but you actually see rice paddies because Italy is the #1 producer of rice in the European nation. Okay? So we're just going to toast that up. Now, how you cook risotto, everybody probably already knows this, is you simply add in a ladleful of the time of stock. Now, I'm using stock that's been infused with the juice from some rehydrated mushrooms. Okay? So you can do this even 2 days ahead of time. I'm going to stir it up here. Now the secret what I do, so let's pretend this is 3/4 of the way cooked, so it's still got a nice crunch. What I'll do is I'll get a sheet pan lined with a Silpak, this little rubber Silpak, and I just basically will dump it out onto my sheet pan. Okay? This will stop the cooking. This is what I want to happen. So I line that like this, and then I'm going to pop this into the fridge along with my steaks. And then the next day, when I bring it out, I simply have it all like this. I get a biscuit cutter, and I just cut myself some risotto cakes, okay? So I've got some here, done. And then along with the steaks, this just gets popped into the oven when the guests are here. This takes about 10 to 12 minutes to warm up. So I know that once I've served the appetizer, I simply have to pop in the steak and this, and we're done. So let's just plate this up. Got a little spinach here that I've sauteed off. You can also do that in advance, and you're just going to reheat it. So here we go. Little spinach. We put our risotto cakes there. Okay. Our steak. And there you have it. A great family meal or a dinner party meal where you get to actually enjoy your guests and your family instead of being stuck in the kitchen. So have a great day.